we will discuss the summary and analysis of the short story, The Two Lady Rams, by Mulk Raj Anand. Mulk Raj Anand is known for his realistic portrayals of the social and economic problems suffered by Indians because of the caste system and British colonial rule. Anand is considered by many critics to be one of India's best writers in Two Lady Rams. Anand presents a witty narrative of Lalla Jhinda Ram's household, which is at a constant state of the Cold War between the two ladies of the house, Sukhi, the elder wife, and Shakuntala, the younger. The plotline is based upon the mayhem that occurs in Lalla Jhinda Ram's household. The plot revolves around the two wives of Lalla Jhinda Ram, who are at a tug of war with each other for their husband's attention. Since the two wives were incessantly quarreling with each other, Lalla Jhinda Ram decides to divide his house into two separate wings, one for each wife to manage. He divided his household chores among the two wives so as to keep them at distance from each other. The first wife, Sukhi, considers the second wife, Shakuntala, as only a substitute since Sukhi turned out to be barren. Gradually, along with the division of the household, the chaos was under control. An unsaid routine was followed among Lalla Jhinda Ram and his two wives. He used to sleep with each of his wives on alternate days and showered both with equal attention. The mayhem started uprising once again when Lalla Jhinda Ram was awarded knighthood and was invited to the garden party along with Lady Ram. Since the invitation card read, Lady Ram, instead of Two Lady Rams, Lalla Jhinda Ram had to choose one of his wives to take along with him to the garden party. In those days it was not officially notified that among the wives of a person awarded knighthood, which of his wife or wives would be entitled to be called lady. It was only a matter of time before the household was filled with gossip about Lalla Ji choosing his second wife Shakuntala to take along with him. Sukhi was filled with rage as she learned about Lalla Ji asking Shakuntala to be ready for the party. This decision of his made her feel like a discarded woman who was no longer required by her husband. Choosing one wife over the other disturbed Lalla Jhinda Ram's peace of mind. He was in a state of confusion where he did not know what to do. When it dawned upon him that since she is a person of the high regard, he can easily alter the invitation to Lady Rams from Lady Ram. Lalla Jhinda Ram ordered the staff to inform both his wife to be ready for the garden party. In the evening, Lalla Jhinda Ram was introduced along with two Lady Rams, and both were equally acknowledged and praised for their beautiful saris. Critical analysis of the short story, The Two Lady Rams, by Mulk Raj Anand. The above story by Mulk Raj Anand points out the bigamy that was accepted in society. While criticizing the social standards, there is also a clear undercurrent of comedy and hilarity in the story. The men were free to marry multiple times if their wife is unable to provide them with a child. This highlights the discrimination against women's gender that existed in society. It also highlights the fact that women did not have their own identity in society, instead they were defined by their husbands' names and occupations. In the above story, the first wife of Lalla Jhinda Ram accepted the harsh truth about his husband's second marriage without protesting against the injustice that was being done to her. She numbly acknowledged the truth since she was discovered to be barren. She as an individual was valued only on the basis of her ability to produce an heir for the family. The story portrays a certain double standard that existed within the Indian society where women were defined according to their spouse. The story shows a constant struggle between the two wives to gain their husband's attention. At one point the readers witness the injustice done towards the first wife. The readers often miss to notice that the second wife too has been deprived in certain ways. It is astonishing to imagine that a woman would be willing to marry an already married man. Another thing that ought to be noticed is the fact that Lalla Jhinda Ram is able to bend rules according to his will because he possessed the power and money to do so. This factor points out that irrespective of the era or time, power always holds the highest position.